Welcome back, everyone. I am Vita Prestior, and this is Limbus Company. Let's continue.
칼을 부딪힐 시간입니다.
늦으면 매피랑 먼저 갈 거야.
Alright, just straight into combat. Let's just go for the 4-row here. I really don't know. So 10 to 22. I don't know if like the actual matching matters as much. I mean, it does activate passes, but I don't know as far as like other buffs are concerned, like the damage buffs. I don't really notice.
거치적거리지만 마.
I was seeing if the UI would show anything, but it doesn't seem to. It'll adjust the damage based off like weaknesses and stuff. That's all I seem to notice.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
I'm just making sure I'm not triggering
내 앞을 막을 자는 없어.
the rip slash or what it's called. Because unfortunately the icons are kind of hard to see.
다음은 어디요? 적들이 흔들흔들.
All shimmy shaky.
아니야? 내 앞을 막을 자는 없어.
Kick.
인간이
Bonk.
휘청거리는 게 죽음으로 참여하라.
Alright.
하룬, 기다리는 거 못해.
Not good at waiting, you get 100 seconds. Alright. You heard the woman. Did I seriously? Yeah, I still haven't gotten any charge on her. It really sucks that the yellow, the rip here, only gets charged if you get heads. Makes things a lot more troublesome. Let's make sure we're actually doing this right. Dominate, dominating, unopposed, unopposed. Dominate, dominate, favored. I don't have a way of dealing with that. Okay, cool. Sorry, I'm still waking up a little. Trying to get through the content, so because I have to. A lot of it's locked behind. I mean, some of the stuff that we have right now is locked behind finishing 322. And I think the upcoming events are also locked behind 322. I've been so busy with other games, so it's just been really busy. That and work and other nonsense.
아니야? 정화. 깨어라. 여기서 적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
Alright, I can't auto. I keep trying to hit auto just to make things go a little faster, but that did not happen.
거치적거리지만 마.
가장 순수한 세상으로.
Alright, purification. Prosthetic bodies pile up like a landfill in a corner of the town. It brings me to think about what my true self is. As it probably levels up. Prosthetic bodies pile up like a landfill in a corner of the town. I could see that some of them were still conscious, letting out pained moans. The Inquisitors paid no heed. They strenuously jammed nails through each of their victims' chests over and over, executing their pure intent.
심장을 꿰뚫었을 텐데 신체는 아직도 박동합니다.
I've surely pierced their hearts, yet still a pulse remains in their body.
필시 철로 덧댄 심장일 것이다. 인간의 본연되는 부분조차 이단으로 물들었고.
It must be patched with steel. Even the core of their humanity has been tainted by heresy.
불결하도다. 살과 뼈를 모독하고 있는 모습이라니.
How filthy, a disgrace to flesh and bone. The Inquisitor began carefully pouring a bottle of liquid over the prosthetic person in what looked like a solemn ritual. Judging from the pungent smell, it was most certainly oil.
사람의 기름을 머금거라. 이단의 시체여.
Imbibe the oil of humanity, ye heretical soma.
불구로도 돌아가지 못하는 자, 연기로 남아 흩어져라.
Those who cannot return to Earth find solace in scattering to smoke. A lit match was then thrown on the pile, letting rise a huge flame. With the sounds of sparks flying about, the air is soon filled with an acrid smell. It's not quite like the smell of burning flesh. The spreading fire finally brings the crackling glimmer in those prosthetic bodies to permanent darkness.
입으로는 정화를 말하면서 지옥을 창조해 놓았군요.
If this hellscape is their idea of purification, I'd rather stay unclean.
목과 망치는 언제나 인간성을 해석하는 데 몰두하고 있었다.
Najil on Hammer has always been devoted to scrutinizing the idea of humanity.
고통도 응당 겪어야 하는 경험이라며 의체를 달고 있는 인간을 비난하던 자들도 있었지. 이렇게 행동으로 드러냈던 적은 없었지만
Some criticized prosthetic use as they believed that pain is a necessary component of the human experience. However, it never escalated to the extent of direct action that we are witnessing now.
아니, 아까부터 들었던 생각인데 왜 그렇게 엔사에 대해 빠삭한 거야, 당신?
I've been meaning to ask, how do you know so much about Encore?
내가 엔사 직원이었으니까.
I was once employed by Encore.
어? 아니, 저것들하고 같이 일했다고?
What? You used to work with those people?
저들과 같이 일한 적은 없지만 소속의 관점에서 본다면 그렇다.
I have never worked with those specific individuals, but in terms of affiliation, you can say that I did. Come to think of it, this might be the first time I've heard Marisol actively talk about himself. He would rarely recount anything related to him. Perhaps he felt it wasn't necessary to speak at all.
왜 진작 말하지 않은 거야? 그럼 당신도 저런 괴상한 무기를 지니고 다녔어?
Why didn't you tell us that earlier? You carry one of those freaky weapons then?
굳이 이야기할 필요가 있나?
Am I obligated to elaborate?
뭐? 야, 그럼 내가 너랑 저 새끼들이 같은 편인지 아닌지 어떻게 구분해야 하냐?
The hell? Why don't you explain what makes you different from those nutters then?
난 말이야, 관리자 저놈의 시계대가리라고 부르고는 있어도 머리를 자르고 불태워도 싼 놈이라고는 생각하지 않아.
Listen, mate. As much as I like to call our daft manager Clockface, I don't think they deserve by any means to be on the stake or chopping block.
말만 번지르르하게 정환이 뭐니 하고 있어도 내 눈엔 그냥 사람 죽일 명분이 필요했던 미친놈들이 보일 뿐이거든.
Those buggers talk big about purifying and all that, but all I see are a bunch of loonies who just needed an excuse to kill, eh?
말해봐, 너도 저 새끼들이랑 똑같냐?
Speak up then. Are you like those screw loose bucketheads?
그런 것에 대해 생각하던 시기도 있었지.
There was a time when I thought about such things.
같은지 다른지 답을 내놓지는 않았지만
Though I did not come to a conclusion.
그럼 지금이라도 답을 내놓아 보란 말이야. 넌 관리자 놈이 명령이랍시고 마을 사람들의 모조리 쳐잡아 죽이라고 하면 그대로 따를 셈이야?
I want that damn conclusion now. Are you gonna up and butcher all the townsfolk if your manager just says so?
꼭 답을 내놓아야만 하나. 그 일이 업무를 처리함에 있어서 도움을 주진 않는다.
Must I give an answer? That does not aid us in handling our work.
사원은 명령에 따라 움직이는 것이 규칙이다. 베르길리우스, 그자가 내놓은 취업 규칙에도 적혀 있을 텐데.
An employee must follow their employer's orders. The terms Vergilius presented state as much.
관리자가 행하라고 하면 행할 뿐이다. 내 생각이 필요하다고 말하면 제공하겠지만 그럴 필요도 없는 상황에서 나불대는 버릇은 없다.
If the manager orders me to do such a thing, I will do it. I may provide my input if I am told that it is necessary, but I do not have a habit of rambling my thoughts unprompted.
뭐? 너 돌았냐? 너야말로 머리를 깡통으로 교체한 놈들이랑 별반 차이가 없어 보이는데?
Pardon? Are you round the twist? Did you got a chunk of metal for your brains, like the folks here?
단백질이 16%, 수분이 60%, 무기질 7%로 구성되어 있다는 점에선 명확한 차이를 띠지.
I am 16% proteins, 60% water, 7% minerals, and so forth. I am clearly different in terms of composition.
또한 불필요한 중금속은 나의 구성 요소에 해당하지 않는다.
Moreover, unnecessary heavy metals do not comprise any portion of my body.
그 또한 차이다.
That is another difference. Heathcliff's face contorted with frustration. Marisol was already an enigma, and he only felt ever more distant after this conversation.
하지만 전 예전부터 쭉 궁금하긴 했어요.
Now that you mention it, there's something I've been wondering.
단테님을 정말 인간으로 봐야 할지 말이에요.
I've been thinking on whether Manager Dante should be seen as human.
그게 무슨 소리지?
What do you mean?
그러니까 단테 씨가 말하는 건 단테 씨가 아니라 저 시기일 수도 있다는 거 아닌가요?
What if, when dear Dante is speaking, it's actually the clock and not the person we know as Dante behind those words?
뭐? 우리가 진짜 시계 따위한테 명령받고 있었다고?
You trying to tell me we were being led by an actual clock?
정말 멍청한 발언들이네요. 반박할 의욕도 안 생겨요.
Good grief, you're reaching uncharted depths of idiocy with your theories. I can't even be bothered to refute them.
그래도 전 지금 시계 머리를 한 단테 씨가 좋아요.
Don't misunderstand. I do like our Dante with their clock-headedness.
나도 그래. 그냥 머리를 되찾지 말고 평생 이 머리대로 있으면 안 돼?
Honestly, same. Why don't you just give up finding your old head and stick with that one?
그럴 리는 없겠지만 진짜 머리를 되찾은 단테가 갑자기 엄청 못된 놈이었다거나 하면 어떡해?
I know it's probably not the case, but what if Dante's real head turned out to be super evil or something?
우리 중에 관리자 양반의 과거에 대해 알 법한 자는 한 명밖에 없지.
Well, there's only one of us who'd know about the manager Bud's past. Gregor's eyes naturally fell on Faust.
그 부분에 관해선 비밀 사항이에요. 심지어 보안 등급 최상이죠.
That's confidential information. Its access is restricted to the highest security level. And I get the feeling I won't be able to read it for myself. It's only natural. I have no idea who or what I originally was, so I had nothing at my disposal to refute Hong Lu's lighthearted accusation. Maybe he's right, and I really am just a clock. Even if I ask Faust, there's no telling if she'll give me a real answer, and I won't be able to discern the truth in such a thing either. There's even a slim chance that the real Dante is hidden away somewhere, and that I'm just some advanced imitation trained to believe I have free will. In any case, sitting here and ruminating won't get me anywhere. Who knows, maybe I'll mount this thing on the wall when I find my real head. Ishmael sent me a chastising glare for even suggesting something like that, but she had no choice other than to shrug. Well, it is true.
하론, 기다리는 거 못해.
Alright, 100 seconds. Karen's waiting. Or Charon, however you should pronounce it. Rodian's having a little trouble.
100초만 기다려줄게.
Not good with the clashes, unfortunately.
거치적거리지만 마.
Good news is Karen gave us another 100 seconds. The clock's been reset.
지금이 기회인 것 같소. 적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야? 내 앞을 막을 자는 없어. 다음은 어디요? 지금이 기회인 것 같소.
Punch. Oh, just one. Okay. Well, that was easy.
가장 순수한 세상으로.
Alright, grab that while we're at it. Fortitude. I can only feel pity for Sinclair's struggle to repress his fear. And looking at me, he is soon reminded of an old friend.
이단에게 철의 단죄를.
자, 이제 어떡할까요? 지금 저희가 조용히 이동하기만 하면 다른 신문관들에겐 들키지 않고 지나갈 수 있어요.
Okay, what should we do now? If we move quietly, we might be able to pass by the other Inquisitors unnoticed.
단테 씨, 저 미리 죄송해요.
Dante, I'd like to apologize in advance.
아시다시피 저는 다른 분들처럼 전투에 많은 경험이 없어요.
As you know, I'm not as experienced with fighting like the others.
그래서 저놈들에게 계속해서 심장이 뚫리게 될 수도 있어요.
Our foes might jab me in the heart over and over for that.
그래도 버텨주실 수 있나요?
Will you bear that for me? Sinclair was trembling so badly that it'd be pitiful for anyone to witness. I could tell he was desperately trying to suppress his fear. It wouldn't be the first time Sinclair has died. Whenever he bit the dust, I made sure to bring him back. But today, he's newly asking for my understanding. He looked determined to confront them directly, even if it means he'll die again and again. I'm feeling quite unlike the fright usual battle invokes. Maybe he's holding the kind of fear that comes with a certain courage. In that case. Are you scared, Sinclair? Sinclair suddenly turned around and gave me a startled look. Did I say something weird?
아니요. 오래전에 같은 걸 물어보았던 친구가 생각나서요.
No, it's just I was reminded of a friend who asked me the same question. Sinclair opened his mouth after a brief pause. His voice cracked.
전 히스클리프 씨 말에 동의해요.
I agree with what Heathcliff said.
의체 머리를 가지고 있어도 단테 씨라는 사람이 달라지는 건 없었을 거예요.
Prosthetic head or not, you would have been the same person regardless, Dante.
그리고 우리 가족들도 마찬가지였겠죠.
I guess the same could be said about my family. Thanks, Sinclair. Ooh.
아니에요. 이제부터 질리도록 죽을 테니 너무 고마워하시면 제가 불편해요.
It's nothing. I can't have you be too thankful when I'm about to make you suffer by throwing my life away. Just as I realized that, I forgot to ask what he said in response to the same question his friend had. Sinclair had already charged into the fray.
하론, 기다리는 거 못해.
Alright, 100 seconds, let's go.
기다려줄게. 내 앞을 막을 자는 없어.
God, these animations and sounds for combat are just really visceral.
적들이 흔들흔들.
It's been like that for pretty much all the games.
거치적거리지만 마. 검을 덜 갈았었나?
지금이 기회인 것 같소. 적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야? 내 앞을 막을 자는 없어! 하론, 기다리는 거 못해. 100초만 기다려줄게.
거치적거리지만 마.
달려라 루신한테! 정의는 승리한다!
미단이 휘청거리는군.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
물러서지 않겠습니다. 무불아위.
So yeah, the cards you're selecting, it seems to go backwards in the order.
미단이 휘청거리는군.
지금이 기회인 것 같소!
끝. 검을 덜 갈았었나?
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
That should finish everything up.
장화! 장은 어디요? 다음은 어디요? 가장 순수한 세상.
Alright, leveled up. I'll worry about the Ecaflin later. Alright, bonfire. We arrived at the Sinclair family estate. Crucified prosthetic bodies await us in the courtyard. One of them is someone we can't bear to see straight.
칼을 부딪힐 시간입니다.
Sinclair's home was the largest mansion in the neighborhood, standing at the innermost part of town. One can see from a distance that a huge flame was engulfing the estate. I took a moment to try and imagine what this town could have looked like during its peaceful times. To bring to mind the times when the trees we saw near the town still had lush, verdant leaves. How Sinclair would have been during those times, or when everyone around him had died. I couldn't paint a clear picture of either happiness or despair. Nonetheless, I only hope that Sinclair can brace himself for the misfortune he'll soon have to face.
정말 심하네요. 이건.
This is awful, to say the least. A courtyard that could have once been a vast, flourishing garden was now full of nails erected tall. A variety of prosthetic bodies were pierced by those tearing nails, and the house was enveloped in ferocious flame, ready to consume everything around it. While everyone's attention was drawn to the prosthesis, Sinclair's eyes drifted to a corner of the yard.
무덤들이
파묻혀져
있어.
The graves that are dug up. Following his gaze, I could see 3 graves that were violated. Sinclair's expression alone was enough for me and all the other sinners to guess who they were for.
부관 참수라니 마귀가 따로 없구려.
To execute the dead, this is nothing short of the devil's work. Father, mother, and sister. The family he mentioned, that's where they should be resting.
잠깐. 거수자 한 명. 전방이다.
Halt. One uniform, straight ahead.
휘파람 소리.
That whistling.
아니, 아무리 생각해도 너무 웃기잖아.
I mean, it's just too funny when you think about it. Someone walked out of the burning household. Our laugh was simply sinister in every way imaginable.
썩지도 않는 몸뚱이들을 정성스럽게 묻어놓는 거 말이야. 그치?
Why put so much effort into burying bodies that can't even rot, am I right? Cromer.
그래도 여기 꼬챙이들 중에 잘 찾아보면 찾을 수 있을 거야. 내가 어디에 꽂아놓긴 했거든.
I'm sure you'll find them around somewhere if you look hard enough. I do remember nailing those three.
내 말 잘 들으면 위치를 알려줄 수도 있는데.
Be a good boy, and I might just tell you where they are.
어때, 싱클레어? 여기까지 찾아오다니 많이 용감해진 것 같은데?
Well, Sinclair, you've grown a spine, coming all the way here.
시체들을 쳐다볼 용기도 기르고 온 거 맞지?
Enough of one to look at a few dead bodies, too, right?
대체 이렇게
Why all this? Sinclair couldn't even speak properly.
기포팀들은 어디 간 거지? 이 지점까지 왔다면 모습을 보일 정도는 되었는데.
Where did our before team get off to? They've got to turn up at this point.
아, 싱클레어 친구들.
Ah, Sinclair's got some buddies.
같이 숨어들어온 다른 쥐새끼들을 찾나 봐.
Looking for the other filthy ratlets that snuck in here?
좋아, 좋아. 잘 봐. 내가 조명을 켜줄 테니까 눈 크게 뜨고.
Okay. Watch closely. I'll turn on the lights, so open your eyes wide. Ta-da! Huh, he's still alive. And you can see he has a prosthetic. Effie. Effie was barely breathing. His limbs had been cut away, and deformed prosthetics were crudely lodged in their place. Oh, so these aren't his. Effie! He was too mutilated to even speak a single word.
저대로라면 온전히 사망까지 걸리는 기간은 평균적으로 이틀이에요.
In his current state, it'll take around 2 days for him to completely die.
장대에 서서히 꽂히면서 고통은 배가 되겠죠.
And the pole piercing through him will only amplify his suffering. Then,
관리자님, 저는 사람을 최대한 고통 없이 보낼 방법을 알고 있습니다.
Manager, I happen to know of a method to end a life with as little pain as possible.
쓰였던 적이 많은 기술이라 말이죠.
It's one that I've saw many uses, in fact. Sorry, getting that cat off the desk.
명령을 요청해도 되겠습니까?
May I ask you to give me the order? I looked to both Gregor and Ishmael. They gazed back at me, and as if in acknowledgement, dropped their heads low and bit their lips. I understood what that meant.
편해지도록.
Rest in peace. The collar of Otis's clothes brushed against the wind. Then silence. And it's then broken by Cromer's roaring laughter. At the same time, I could hear something else break.
어차피 다 같은 꼴이 될 텐데 챙겨주는 꼴 진짜 웃긴다.
Really, it's hilarious to watch you all care for each other when you'll all meet the same fate anyway.
싱클레어. 이러니까 옛날 생각나지 않아?
Brings you back, doesn't it, Sinclair?
그때 네 표정도 진짜 볼만했었는데.
Your face back then was real priceless.
크로마,
Cromer,
너는 죽어야만 해.
you have to die.
그게 맞는 것 같아.
Yeah, I think that's the right way.
너는 내 손에.
You'll die by my... He was interrupted by the sound of a nail dragging across the floor.
귀도라는 작자군.
It's Guido. We thought we had filled him with our best, but not a scratch was on his body now. It was as if all his injuries healed in that short time. Seeing him walk towards us in perfect condition fatigued the sinners. Rendered speechless, all they could muster from their hearts is a deep groan of contempt.
귀도, 나머지는 왜 처리를 못한 거야?
Guido, why couldn't you take out the others?
용서하십시오, 쥐는 자시여. 제가 미력하였기에.
Forgive my ineptitude, O one who grips. My incompetence allowed them to escape.
항상 경계해야 해. 저 망할 철판떼기 머리에는 뭐가 숨겨져 있을지 알 수 없거든.
You have to stay alert. You never know what's hidden under those cursed steel craniums.
명심하겠습니다, 쥐는 자시여.
I shall keep your word at heart, O one who grips.
재회는 끝났으니까 나는 다시 돌아간다.
Since the reunion's over, I'll be heading back. Cromer turns around to walk into the burning mansion.
크로마! 돌아와! 내가 널 이 손으로 쥐어잡고!
Get back here, I swear I'll grab you with my hand and...
아니지, 싱클레어.
Nope, Sinclair.
항상 그랬지만.
It's always been the other way around. A long smirk dances across Cromer's entire face. It's hard to tell if it's the violent blaze or Cromer's vice that is consuming the other. And then...
쥐는 건 나야.
I am the one who grips. You don't shake her hand, she shakes yours.
늦으면
Alright.
네피랑 먼저 갈 거야.
Alright, let's not keep Karen waiting. Got 3 waves for this one.
물러서지 않겠습니다.
지금이 기회인 것 같소.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
거치적거리지만 마.
죽음으로 참여하라. 지금이 기회인 것 같소.
적들이
Alright, that worked
흔들흔들.
out.
기회 아니야?
거치적거리지만 마.
What the hell? Not sure. Seeing those weird effects on him. I'm guessing those are Fanatic, which probably gave him a boost.
늦으면 네피랑 먼저 갈 거야.
Alright. We're outnumbered action-wise. Not much we can do about that. Alright. Unopposed and favored. Alright. Well, let's save what we got for the next, for the final push here. Is this rip space? Yeah, it is. I actually have to tag that out because it will hurt her and be weaker. Because I didn't have 10 charge yet.
미단이 휘청거리는군.
God, I'm just taking a pummel in there.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
We do have rip space available, but I'm not going to use it yet.
정화.
One down.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
Yeah, skill power up. Okay, yeah, so if it ends up clashing against somebody with nails, which it is targeting. So yeah, this final skill power is like 12. Which actually makes things a lot more difficult. Well, one can hope. Okay, staggered. Good. Luckily, we outsped him.
하룬, 기다리는 거 못해.
Alright, this is not even the boss fight.
기다려줄게.
This is just the warm-up, apparently. Alright.
정화. 뜨거운 불꽃이 마음을 녹일 수 있다면 다음은 어디요?
130 damage.
하룬 신나.
Grip space is just ridiculous when you have charge.
모든 업은 다시 돌아와. 네 머리 위에 내려질 것이다.
Yeah, unfortunately this is not going to do very much.
모든 결과들은 파우스트가 알아요.
북에서 적들이 흔들흔들.
Alright.
기회 아니야?
정화. 죽음으로 참여하라. 미담이 휘청거리는군.
이 전투는 승리할 거예요.
God, that move is so good. It actually heals everybody.
침착한 결과입니다.
가장 순수한 세상으로.
Alright, I'm not going to try to pronounce that. Cromer walked inside the burning mansion. The sinners are dismayed by Guido's unflinching advance.
이단에게 철의 단죄를.
야, 너!
Hey, wait! Sinclair leapt forth to chase Cromer before anyone could stop him. However, he's blocked by the remaining Encore Inquisitors. In response, he swings his weapon with a tremendous force I never thought he could exert, crushing the head of one who grabbed him. The Inquisitor collapses to the ground before even a gasp could escape their mouth. Sinclair would normally keep to the back of the group. This was the first time I saw him charge in unprompted like that.
뭐야? 너 이럴 거면 왜 여태껏 뒤에서 꼼지락거렸냐?
What the hell have you been dawdling in the back for if you could do that?
본인은 그대들의 숨을 멎게 한 기억이 분명하게 있다.
I remember with clarity that I had ended your lives.
두개골의 틈새로 흘러나온 내 조각을 똑똑히 보았다.
I undoubtedly witnessed torn brain tissue spill through the cracks in your skulls.
그러나 그대 이단들은 지금 땅을 밟고 본인의 앞에 서 있군.
And yet, here you heretics are, before me on your feet.
오히려 터무니없이 멀쩡히 서 있는 건 그쪽 같은데.
You're not the one to complain about miraculous recoveries. Guido examines me closely with his piercing glare. He then slowly nods as if his observation gave him the knowledge he needed.
귀하, 이단의 머리인 자여.
You there, the one possessing the head of a heretic.
필시, 귀하가 신봉자들을 현혹시키고 있는 것이 틀림없군.
You must be the false shepherd enticing this herd into blasphemy. He proceeds to nudge his chin at the nailed corpses in the courtyard.
저자들은 불결한 몸으로 신성의식의 중심지에 침입을 하는 대죄를 저질렀다.
They committed the grave sin of entering the site of hallowed rites with their unclean bodies.
그리하여 이단과 동일한 처벌을 가했다.
Thus they have been punished with the same penalty as heretics receive.
스스로의 의지 없이 기계라는 이물을 몸에 틀어박은 치욕도 겪게 했다.
They have also been subjected to the humiliation of bodily mechanical intrusions being installed against their will.
하지만 그대들은 다르다.
But you are different.
이단을 신봉하던 죄는 이단의 죄보다는 경하다.
The sin of worshipping a heretic is less severe than indulging in heresy oneself.
하여 그대들이 참회하고자 하고 마음을 씻어낼 수 있다면
Therefore, as long as you are willing to repent and cleanse your minds of sin,
우리 망치는 그대들을 용서할 용의가 있다.
we, the Hammer, are willing to demonstrate forgiveness.
그러니 유혹을 마주한 불쌍하고 어리석은 죄인이여.
So I implore you, ye pitiable, foolish sinners, led astray by temptation.
그 거짓된 기적을 뿌리치고 빠져나와 내 앞에 무릎을 놓이도록 하여라.
Shake off the allure of that false miracle and kneel before me. The conversation came to a standstill. No one seemed willing to speak first. So you've all been under my spell or something all along? Who would have thought that? I tried cracking a joke to lighten the mood a little, but no one laughed.
단테 씨, 저자의 말은 당신을 모욕한 거잖아요. 인간 취급도 안 하는 거라고요.
Dante, that man, he just insulted you. He doesn't even see you as a human being. I mean, you guys call me Clockface all the time too.
그거랑 다르잖아요. 심지어 저는 그렇게 부르지도 않았.
That's not the same at all. Besides, I've never used that nickname. Ishmael grunted.
그럴듯한 말만 대충 질러버리면 다 되는 줄 아나 본데.
So you think throwing some fancy words around will be enough to persuade us, eh?
빠져나와야 할 놈은 너야, 가면쟁이. 머리가 멀쩡하게 달려 있는데도 그런 생각을 하냐?
Listen up, faceplate. You're the one who needs a little shaking off. Seems to me your human brain's just as defective.
기회는 충분하게 제공하였다.
You were given ample opportunity.
그대들 또한 매달리고 꿰뚫린 자들과 다를 바 없군.
You're no different from those we hung and nailed after all.
나는 망치.
I am a hammer.
지는 자께 충성하여 이단의 몸을 꿰뚫는 대업을 맡는 도구.
I am a tool for the one who grips, tasked with the great mission of piercing the false flesh of heretics.
내 너희를 못에 깨어 흙에서 가장 먼 곳에 위치하게 하리라.
I shall bind thee to a nail and lay thee down furthest from soil.
죄를 참회하지 않는 자.
for he who's changed repent.
야, 그 개같이 긴 시비는 언제 끝나냐?
Oi, when are you gonna finish your stupidly long taunt?
흙으로도 돌아가지 못하리라.
Is not granted rest beneath the earth. Well, now he finished. Clock face, plate. We know where the nicknames come from.
늦으면 내피랑 먼저 갈 거야.
Round one's always the roughest because there's not much you can do to alter things. I mean, you can go defense, and that's about it. But in some ways, going defense also kind of delays
100초만 기다려줄게.
your sen gain. You're good. You're fine. Yeah, we'll just trade hits. That's fine. Bonk. Bonk. Okay.
대안에게 충분합니다.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회
Alright.
아니야?
물러서지 않겠습니다.
다음은 어디요? 미단이 휘청거리는군. 죽음으로 참여하라.
검을 덜 갈았었나? 꽤 잘 갈렸고.
하루
Okay, round
기다리는
two.
거 못해. 100초만 기다려줄게.
Wow, that clash. 5-9, 2-4. I would pretty much have to win 3 coin flips out of the 4 to actually win this. That's really annoying. Let's hope Rip Space actually connects. If not, that's gonna suck.
내 앞을 막을 자는 없어. 미단이 휘청거리는군.
Oh, we're just fine. God, 139 damage. It nearly killed from 100% to 0.
휘청거리는군.
적들이 흔들흔들.
Alright, we're good to go. And we have
아니야?
we got stuff saved up for next wave, which is good.
내 앞을 막을 자는 없어.
I really should pay attention to my passives a bit more. Some of them are actually really, really good.
죽음으로
If you
참여하라.
match certain colors.
깨어라. 흙으로.
Alright, here we go again.
내피랑 먼저 갈 거야.
Dominating, favored. Alright.
내 앞을 막을 자는 없어.
Alright, good follow-up.
이 전투는 승리할 거예요. 미담이 휘청거리는군. 미담이 휘청거리는군.
꽤 잘 갈렸고.
Nice evade.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회
Alright,
아니야?
got staggered, that's fine. I mean, we're at the end here, so I'm actually okay with doing rip space.
내 앞을 막을 자는 없어. 모든 걸 거둬들일 순 없었어. 달려라 루신한테! 정의는 승리한다!
깨어내기 충분합니다.
Death by him, the one who grips. I guess that's fitting. The ground shook as Guido finally fell. I couldn't help but wonder if we really did him in, yet we were too exhausted to bother and take his helmet off to check his breathing. Sinclair was repeatedly jabbing his spear into a dead Inquisitor. The corpse was mangled beyond recognition, its blood and organs spilling all over the floor.
싱클레어, 진정해.
Sinclair, calm down. He didn't seem to care about anything other than the body he was set out to destroy. Occasionally pants of rage and tearful gasps were all that came out of his mouth. I'll kill them all. I knew stopping him was the right thing to do, but no one dared step in. It was evident that he was too blinded by ire to listen to us.
정신 차리게 하는 방법은 생각보다 참 간단하네.
I know a way most simple to bring him back to his senses. At that, Don Quixote simply jumped Claire and pinned him to the ground. And then she started laying into his face. One fist thrown after the other.
이거 말려야 하는 거 아니야?
Shouldn't we do something?
냅둬. 분내나는 싸움 따위.
Leave him be. A couple calves tussling isn't worth intervening. A cloud of dust rose from her ruthless beating. After a while, Don Quixote cut her onslaught.
어떤가? 정신이 좀 드는가?
Pray tell, how dost thou feel now?
미안하네. 나도 종종 흥분이 몸을 잠식하면 고삐 이른 말처럼 날뛰곤 했지.
Pardon my rash action. Oft I would find myself overcome by fervor, rampaging much the same as a riderless horse.
그럴 때는 내 옛 친구들이 정신 차릴 때까지 나를 두들겨 패곤했다네.
At such moments, my old friends helped me come to myself by beating me senseless. Noted.
그렇게 해야만
정신이 드는 때도 있는 것 같더군.
'Twas at times the only remedy to the fever that had overtaken me.
아하, 그러니까 베르길리우스 씨하고도 친구 관계라는 거죠?
Aha, so in that sense, Vergilius must be a good friend of yours, right? Too, right?
그게...
Well, Tears plinked down from Sinclair's bruised eyes.
가만두지 않겠어.
I'll get her for this.
우리 집으로 가서 그 개새끼한테
I'll go
발톱을 쑤셔넣을 거예요.
I'll go to my home and skewer that bitch.
그럼
Oh wow, he's still going. Sorry about that. I didn't expect him to go that long. Alright, I'll go to my home and skewer that bitch. I'll skewer her with a stake, and then the rest of his sentence was overrun with pain, sobbing. After a while sniffling, Sinclair finally seemed to calm down as he put his hand to his face and started muttering.
전 하루아침에 모든 걸 잃었어요.
I lost everything overnight.
그때는 저들이 못과 망치라는 이름을 내세우지도 않았고 저렇게 많은 인원으로 공공연히 다니지도 않았어요.
Back then, they didn't parade their Najil and Hammer name around. You didn't see large groups like that in the open.
하지만 언제부터인지
But at some point,
자기들을 망치라고 하는 자들이 하나둘씩 마을에 들어서더니
people calling themselves Hammers started showing up in town one by one, and
됐어, 꼬맹이. 거기까지면 됐어.
it's okay, kiddo. No need to push yourself. Rada gently pat him on the back.
아직도 생각하곤 해요.
I still think that sometimes
나쁜 꿈 속에서 아직 깨지 못하고 있는 건 아닐까?
this is all just a bad dream and I'm having trouble waking up.
매일 아침마다 잠에서 깨서 눈을 뜨기 전에
It always comes every morning before I open my eyes.
이번만큼은 익숙한 우리 집의 천장이 나오지 않을까?
Maybe this time I'll wake up and see my familiar ceiling, just maybe. After he said that, he broke into tears. It only made sense to wait for him to settle down. And there you go.
가장 순수한 세상으로.
Getting there. Got, 3 more to go and then the dungeon. Alright, so I'll go ahead and call it here. Before we call it here, next is a bad dream. We barely managed to defeat Guido, but Sinclair seems to be struggling to endure the immeasurable guilt weighing down on him. Alright, I'm the Depressed Hero. This was Limbus Company. I'll see you guys in a bit.